Hi everyone, my name is Gwen. It's auto time in Berlin again, and the third semester of fashion marketing is about to start. Do you know how excited I am on my way to school? I really enjoyed and cherished the feeling of taking a bus to the class. Due to the pandemic, we have been almost staying at home for online courses, except for this fashion design course which allows a student to attend classes in the studio in person. This is the moment I look forward to the most, and the main reason why I chose this major, because we will start learning how to make clothes and then have a small fashion show. Last semester, we had already completed the design draft for the theme. This semester, each person will create a piece based on their design draft. Initially, I wanted to make an oversized blazer, which later evolved into a cap. On the first day of school, the professor taught us how to measure the body dimensions, followed by the most basic way of pattern making and sewing. Each week, there will be different processes, and finally, in the next semester, we'll present our class works. These are works from the previous grade with a thin academy style. Usually, our apartment organized a very Berlin style fashion show parties or pop-up store before the pandemic. It felt really cool.
U-Bahnhof Kurfürstendamm.
This week, we are not going to school but to the famous fabric store in Berlin to choose fabrics. I feel really excited. German young people, especially in Berlin area, prefer color schemes dominated by black or off-white. Since our theme is gentlest, we had to choose simple, natural colors. This time, it coincided with the pandemic, and all the public places were closed. I just hope to complete my work smoothly, and I will be very satisfied. Guten Morgen! This is my outfit today. German autumn is really unbelievably beautiful. It's only this short month where are all the golden leaves everywhere. I will cherish the last good weather days. This week, we started to learn how to outline the general shape of our selected fabric on the small mannequin. I couldn't believe I'm creating a small fashion piece. I really like this great black fabric of my cap. It's a high-end material made of pure wool with a simple black pattern. We are not majoring in fashion design but in business-oriented fashion marketing courses. Therefore, having a preliminary understanding of making clothes is very fresh and interesting. This is a German fashion which is very simple and plain. Before the end of the class, when the professor gathered everyone's work together, I could already imagine how cool this project will be.
I just came back from the uni. Look at here. Wow, so pretty. The autumn vibes.
This week we learned sewing. I haven't used a sewing machine for a long time. The professor trained us to make every sewing line very straight. We practiced freely on this white fabric. If a line is cooked, we will take it off and redo it.
Hi everyone, I'm waiting for the bus as usual. And this is my outfit today.
Every week I come to school for class with great joy, and the time flies quickly towards Christmas. I'm often the first student to arrive in the studio. Although it was unfortunate to encounter the pandemic during my study in Germany, which took away a lot of fun. Today, seeing the Christmas decorations of chocolate and oranges prepared by the professor, my face was full of smiles again. This week, we learned how to make patterns by pressing white paper on the white fabric, and then cutting each part of the garment and finally piecing and sewing them together.
Okay.
Since my piece is a gentlest cap, the fabric required is very large. I'm unfamiliar with this film, but I'm working hard to learn and keep up with the process. Anita? A classmate says she would like to buy my piece because it looks very practical and stylish. I think so too. This subject is my greatest motivation to study in Germany. Get ready for Christmas holiday next week. This is online for this, and it's all online lecture, so I have to concentrate. I'm ironing my piece preparing for fashion show in a few days. Before the new semester started, Everyone has already completed sewing their pieces. Our class chose the theme Boundless, which means genderless.
Genau, wir haben heute die erste Vorbereitung für Bär-Event erledigt. Und zwar werde ich euch am Freitag nochmal zeigen. Ich bin sehr aufgeregt. Bis bald, ciao, ciao.
Usually, our department's show coincides with Berlin Fashion Week. Due to the worsening pandemic, the school initially do not allow any student groups to enter, and the presentation time has to be postponed to the next semester. At least we were able to mimic luxury brands by having a small online visual fashion week and photo shoot promotions, successfully completing this semester's project plan.
Meine Teamarbeit. Elisa, my soul.
Some classmates' works were able to relate it to the pandemic, such as making tops with a mask. I know our class works are not as astounding and varied as those of professional fashion design students. As I mentioned before, my German classmates only like black tones. Therefore, when all of our grades of the class were combined, they really look very monotonous at first glance. Please do not expect our works to have the exaggerated colors and design of Italy. This is Berlin style. At that moment, I feel so proud to see my design transform from the sketching into the fashion piece worn by the model for the photo shoot. She is incredibly professional and brought out the best feature of the cap. Being able to create a fashion piece from scratch as a beginner already made everyone so happy. After the models finished taking the photos, they started walking the runway in the classroom. It was my first time seeing the studio transform into a small fashion show venue, so creative. The vintage spiral staircase in the back, the row of seats for the audience, and the soft sunlight streaming through the windows made the scene incredibly beautiful. Berlin winters are usually very wet, cold, and gloomy, so we were really lucky to have such a good weather to complete this important project on this day. Now that behind-the-scenes footage is over, let's enjoy the edited online fashion show. Compared with the modern architecture of other schools in Berlin, our suburban school is really beautiful, still retaining the classical European style. Finally, my team partner and I found the time to school and shoot our works and made a final turn report lookbook. Yes, we are our own models, but Berlin in March is really cold and the weather is changeable. When I was shooting, it was still sunny. When it was my classmates' turn to shoot, it suddenly started snowing, then raining, and finally sunning again. Can you believe this was weather changing within just 1 hour? In short, we successfully completed the shooting, and my lookbook turn report in German also received high scores, 1.0. And I really like my cap. Since it has to be returned to the school after the shooting, I later bought another fabric to replace the set for myself as a memory. Thanks to the experiences of the previous 4 semesters, I successfully interviewed for the fashion buying internship at a big e-commerce company in Germany during the summer before the 5th semester. This was my best full German work challenge experience as an international student. No matter what, never give up pursuing your dreams. Keep going! If you like my video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and welcome to subscribe my channel. I will share not only the travel but also the fashion, anything I want. I'm happy to receive your comment below. See you next time. Ciao ciao!